the Niners are opening up as, I believe I saw 3.5-point favorites against the Packers, which surprised me because I thought the Packers would get a little bit more love. But I think people are starting to look at this Packers team after their big blowout loss against the Saints in week 1 and not being able to immediately go in and put away Detroit as evidence that this Packers team may be a little suspect. There may be a little bit more behind the curtain as this team faces better teams moving forward. The Niners, though, this is not an ideal week to have the majority of your backfield just banged up and beat up on, because the Niners, what they've done well in these recent matchups against the Packers was move the football on the ground. Elijah Mitchell only had about 2.9 yards per carry against the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles, I will say, have a better defense than I thought they did. Certainly their defensive line. But Elijah Mitchell, he's day-to-day with shoulder injury. Jamychal Hasty, high ankle sprain. Trey Sermon, concussion. At this point, they signed Jaquiz Patrick off the Cincinnati Bengals practice squad. They brought in Lamar Miller for a workout, Duke Johnson for a workout, TJ Yeldon for a workout. The Niners backfield is really filling it. So the pathway for the Niners to win this game is for Jimmy Garoppolo to have his best game of the season. And I think it's possible because the fact that Jared Goff was able to beat the Packers secondary, the fact that Jameis Winston was able to beat the Packers secondary does tell me that is the key to this victory. The secondary of the Packers is not that good. Deebo Samuel has been the leading pass catcher for the Niners early on in the season with limited work, about only 3 targets for Brandon Ayuk for the entire season. George Kittle has less than 10 targets for the entire season. I think that's going to change because the Packers can be beat with a good tight end, certainly a great tight end in George Kittle. It's going to be a little bit homery here, but I got to go with my boys. I'm going with the Niners to beat the Packers in our home opener.
You got Old Faithful rolling into a primetime game and getting
forever faithful, man.
Yeah. Good job for your trying to avoid being a homer towards the end of the podcast, but it was a good analysis. All your points are fair. The good news for the 49ers, of course, is that there's so many like late 20s running backs that are available in free agency. You just mentioned 3 of them off the bat that I'd totally forgotten about in Duke Johnson, Lamar Miller, TJ Yeldon, Alfred Morris is somewhere out there.
I'm just wondering when we're going to finally give Todd Gurley a call, which Todd Gurley, I want to say, is younger than me, which
Todd Gurley is 27 years old right now.
Exactly. I'm 27. Todd Gurley's 27. And I think we have maybe one good knee between the both of us. So I think that that's pretty on par. At this point, I'm actually hoping that they call the old guy, Frank Gore, and give him a call because at least he stays healthy.
That was a weird story that Frank Gore's turning down offers because he wants to become a boxer. And like in 6 months, we're going to watch him fighting against like Jake Paul or something like that. Or maybe he'll fight. Who is the person who got knocked out? Nate Robinson? I don't know. Famous people fighting is fun.
Chad Ochocinco. That would be a fun one because I know Chad has put on some gloves recently. I know that used to be Frank's training method when he was with the Niners, but that's neither here nor there. He's not on the field Sunday. Who is Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo, the Niners, the Packers? Kyle, who's your pick?
Green Bay. I like the Packers to win on Sunday on prime time. I think the Packers have never had cap space across the last few years. And so they've never been able to address their biggest problem, which is just for 3 years, they just can't stop the run. The Packers will not be able to stop the run. Fortunately for them, people love Kyle Shanahan's schemes because he just takes random dudes and makes them 100-yard rushers. But you really have to believe in that scheme to think that they're going to be able to run the ball effectively against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Because like you said, they've got pretty much no one left in that running back group. So
Baltimore, hold my beer.
Baltimore reassembling the 2015 Pro Bowl team with Latavius Murray, Le'Veon Bell, Devonta Freeman too. But I like the Packers to win, mostly because the Packers can generate points. I know the 49ers defense is pretty good. They don't have Jason Verrett anymore, which is obviously a huge loss to them because they were counting on him for a lot of the Richard Sherman production this year. And obviously the secondary has been the thing forever that we say the 49ers struggle with. And, Sam Ebukam certainly helped as a pickup. I don't know if that's going to be like an impact type of player, but he's there at least to help, soften the blow in the linebacking core and sometimes dropping back in coverage. But the Packers can score points. And we saw it. Aaron Jones was the guy on Monday who I'd pretty much just forgotten about Aaron Jones in all the Last Dance stuff. I was like, oh yeah, it's about Rodgers and Adams and Tunyon's going to leave. And is Bakhtiari going to come back? I just forgot they have a, top 7 running back in the
Maybe
NFL.
It's because Aaron Jones was the one of them that actually signed a new deal and contract extension to stay in Green Bay past wherever Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams end up.
Well, also because just for like a month, I had assumed he was going to be a Dolphin. The Dolphins offered him more money and he decided to go, not that much more, but he decided to go back to the Packers for a year less and for about $1 million less a year. And so I had just assumed he was going to be gone. And that was the whole reason they drafted AJ Dillon in the first place. But even with Aaron Jones, it only adds to the fact they can score points really easily. So I am taking Green Bay. I forgot what you said the point spread was. I think 49ers are favored right now, but
3.5 was the last time I saw this line, which again surprised me, but I think it's people giving credence to what happened very early on for the Packers through the first 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. That is perfectly fair. And obviously we're recording this after the Packers played the Monday night game where apparently Jared Goff did something really good against their defense. I didn't watch it, but apparently something good happened. But I do like the Packers to win, cover the spread. I think they'll come out. I thought this was going to be the time they switched to Trey Lance, but the fact that the 49ers are 2-0 makes it that they don't need to make that pivot yet. So I guess we're getting Jimmy Garoppolo on Sunday Night Football.
As long as Jimmy Garoppolo continues to win, and Jimmy Garoppolo's best asset is that he wins, the Niners shouldn't make that change. That is my thoughts there, and I will continue to believe that